Hello everyone, this is Virgil, and welcome to my video. In this video, I'm going to show you my archival object, present what I have done for it, exhibit the thinking process, and those decisions. This archival object was presented as an art book, introduced a special fiction or school which was setting in a massive fantasy world. As early as week 3, I confirmed through a classroom communication that I would combine the weekly practice into a whole at the end of this semester. At that time, I'm trying to draw a punchline into a GIF in response to the theme of found object. Of course, that plan was abandoned. Since then, while to my weekly practice, I will try to focus my thinking on a relatively unified theme. For example, they all have stronger fantasy elements or include traditional Chinese culture. After week 10, I began to review all my work and think about how to combine them together. I was surprised to find that most of my weekly practice productions are simple drawings, so I decided to combine them into an art book. This is also the best way, I believe, to combine those sketched pictures. After a series of research, I adjusted the order of productions, fictitious a world and school, and combined it with the productions, and finally completed this art book. Firstly, I created a world which is full of magic power and made up a fictional place similar to a magic school. I call it Shaoqing Sword School. Then I gave some new meaning to the productions of my weekly practice, so that they can be logic self-consistent and support the world together. In the next stage, I will present my weekly practice one by one and show you how they work in the art book. First, week 1 observation. In response to this theme, I observed my ring and made a 3D mold. In my archive object, I set it as an auxiliary learning tool for new students. Such small details can increase the credibility of the setting. Week 2, tinkering. In response to this theme, I put different animals together as reasonable as possible to form magical animals. In the art book, they arise as animals that provide raw materials for making sword rings. Week 3, found object. I took a picture of my corner of wall and processed it through Photoshop to get this painting of flying whale and a building. In the art book, I used it as the address of Shaoqing School to engrave the fantasy effect. Week 4, place. In response to this theme, I draw the remains of cave. In the art book, I use it to describe the scenes of school and fictions after the magic energy is exhausted. Week 5, object-oriented ontology. This is a very difficult subject and I was fall into a philosophical trap for this. After I decided to give up thinking, I created this rather abstract painting. In the art book, I use it to introduce the world background. Week 8, time. I was inspired by a painting that combines scenes from the same place at different times into an artwork. Based on this inspiration, I draw a tall temple and explore the change of time through different shadow effects. In the art book, I use it to show the day school date of Shaoqing School. Week 9, character and event. I try to explain the inner connections between the characters, the environments, and events through the sense. So I created this painting in which a child laughs at the body of a monster. In the art book, I use it to introduce the childhood of the founder of Shaoqing School. Week 10, force. At the beginning, I restrict my own colors, themes, and painting style, and create this Pexi-style painting. Although I was having fun at that time, when I tried to incorporate it into an art book, I have to admit that it was too far apart in style from other productions. After communication, I have to remake this weekly practice. For this reason, I set new limits, learn new painting techniques, and create these ink wash paintings. In the art book, I use it as a preparation for the founders of Shaoqing School. In the whole CPS practice, the one that impressed me the most was the practice of week 10. This kind of limited practice method forced me to break the limits of thinking and solve problems from different methods and angles. In this process, I gained the new inspirations or learn new skills. All those have tremendous benefits for my studies and work. Using them in other areas is also a very interesting experience. For example, I used the skill of ink painting this time to the assignment of HI Studio 1 and used the technique of pixel style painting to the assignments of PPT. Okay, this is the end of my video, and thank you very much of your time and watching. I wish you can have a good day. Bye.